Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is good to be home. Just got back from our camping adventures. We broke a few things out there, so we have some repairs to do, but first we have some unboxing to do. It's the good stuff, gotta have it. Hello everyone, welcome back. Thanks for joining me. If you remember, our maiden flight of this little guy right here didn't work out too well. Did not work out too well. I did buy pieces to go ahead and reassemble that plane, but I started thinking about it like, hey, this is the first flight. I mean, it took off in what's called safe mode, which is supposed to be like a beginner mode for people, so that way you can't get too crazy on the controls and do loops and spirals and fly upside down. Well, that didn't work. I even double checked, made sure, you know, lesson learned, because I did take off with this one time. I specifically put it into professional mode or full mode, whatever, to adjust trim. I should have taken off with it in safe mode, got it flying, and I did that. But this one wasn't my fault. If it's my fault, I'll take responsibility. So I emailed Horizon Hobby, and you know what? I gotta say, man, their customer service is awesome, because they sent me a new plane, and just in case, if you want it, yeah, there's the original. So here is the replacement. So we're gonna go out and shoot another video, maiden flight part 2. But for everything else, let's go move to the bench. Whoa, that's a whole lot of stuff going on there. So, I do believe I know what this is. We were just talking about the plane, you know, and I had already bought one of these, but I got impatient and ordered one through Amazon because it could be here quickly. So I figured I could go ahead and fly this little plane on the camping trip. But look at all that. So yeah, I got a second fuselage now. Oh well. Fuselage is actually cheap. I think it's like 10 bucks. So, I mean, it's still $10, but you know, what are you gonna do? So now I got plenty of spare parts. Okay. Oh, that's the gearbox to go ahead and fix it. Looks like AWSOME's starting to put receipts in the boxes. That is weird. Never seen that before with them. Every time I make an order from AWSOME, I send it, and I swear, like, as soon as I hit send, I need something else. Alright, so here we go. The hot racing. This is for the Madvan, because I lost 2 of them on the camping trip, so I'm either going to have to start paying attention to when that thing flips, that I either look for that body clip or just go back to the originals, because that's kind of crazy that if you roll over, the clips just fly out. Oh, come on, AWSOME, really? So here's the stickers for the plane, and look, they fold them up in a box. So now look, you can see like they're starting to come undone. Wow. The only reason, and I mean the only reason I got the stickers, because the fuselage is literally like 2 pieces, and that sticker is literally what like holds it together. I had to cut it on the original to get everything out. Actually, I guess I should have showed you that, the original. What a mess. I do not like the way this plane came apart, but see, there's the sticker. So there's a piece of tape here, a piece of tape here, and then this striping here kind of held all that together. And then this is just glue, because they glued that on. So I'm not looking forward to rebuilding that. I think that's just gonna be a headache. But because of that reason, I went ahead and got new stickers. So now we got to try to flatten out. All right, I think I know what this is. I didn't think these would come so soon. Look at that. Oh, there's a foam insert. I did not know that. Oh, I was getting both tires. You know, when you go online, it says it's back ordered. Expected next shipment's January 24th. Oh, okay. So there. Now I actually have a spare tire and a set mounted on the wheels. Not necessarily probably an issue with the back wheel, but the front wheel, people have been bending spokes. So I've been like really cautious with mine as to like how far I jump and not trash it, because these parts are hard to get right now. So for those people out there bashing, you know, hey, more power to you. I'm trying to preserve mine, so I do have this nice, actually sending out like 2 sets of tires. One already mounted, ready to go. First one on the bench is going to be the Sledge. Let's try to get this fixed. So it's funny, the wife was in my room. She's like, where's, like, she's asking like where the Vendetta is. Oh, look at this. What a pain. How does this plug in? Anyway, she's asking me where the Vendetta is. I said, it's outside in the shed. Out here in the man cave. And, of course, you know, she has to come snooping out here and... Okay, cool. So that is just a... And then she's like, what do you got 2 of them? What do you got 2 of them? Oh, boy. Then she says something about 5 planes. I ain't got 5 planes, not yet. But you know what? Traxxas wants $20 for this fan. $20. So I have these. Got these on Amazon. So we're gonna try them out. They're like 5 fans are like $10. Oh, it's gonna require some soldering there. That's gonna be the headache part, but oh well. So you get 5 fans for $20, or with Traxxas you can get 1 fan. I got these smaller fans because I think they may fit something else, but I'm gonna try this route. It's just I'm more concerned with motor temps, with motors getting hot, than ESCs, because if the ESC goes into thermal, no problem. You know, if your motor gets hot, you can do some damage to it. So that's the only part that sucks, that you got to solder these ends on here. So I will do that and check back in with you. Alright everyone, so we got it fixed. It wasn't as easy as I thought. So the fan basically sits in here, and there's a very short connection between here and here. So I was kind of afraid that the heat shrink or something might bind where the cover and all that holds us in. So I decided to go ahead and get this nifty little kit off of Amazon to make my own connector. So what I should have done is tested my cheapy little Amazon fan first, because as soon as I plug this thing in, it doesn't move any air. It's a joke. That was a waste of money. So what I did is I have some of these 35mm fans. I got this off of Amazon as well. I have this, so I had a choice between ProTech and this. Now ProTech I run in the Vendetta, and it is extremely loud. It moves a lot of air, but it's loud, and I haven't had a problem with this overheating, so I wasn't too concerned with that. So I figured I would try this. I got these off of Amazon. I have one and something else. I forget what it is. I haven't had a problem because I bought 2 of these, and now I only have 1 left. So I don't remember what vehicle got the other fan, but So what I did is these two fans, this is an add-on, and this is an issue I do have with Traxxas. I can't believe that you made this vehicle and didn't put a fan on this huge motor. You built it into the bracket to bolt this on, but you didn't add the fan. And these fans are like $20 a piece, which I guess isn't bad, but I mean, you can get the Protect for I think about $16. And these I got like a 2-pack for $30. So, but anyhow, I took the fan out of here because this one moves more air. So the original fan out of here is now in the ESC, which is exactly the same. This is the same exact fan. It had that same exact green part number, which if you try to cross-reference that, I can't find anything other than that Traxxas part. So the fan, I took the fan out of here, put it in the ESC because I never had a problem with actually either one of these overheating. So I put that fan in here, and I just wanted to put a little more airflow. I'm more concerned with the motor, so I put the other fan into here, and now everything works. It's a little bit louder than before, but it's not as loud as the Protect. If you guys remember, if you watch my Vendetta videos, you know how loud the Protect is, but that's not loud. And like right here, it's moving. You might even be able to see that stuff there moving, maybe. But it does move a good amount of air, and I'm more concerned with the motor. So we got this fixed. So old fan into here, new fan here. Everything is taken care of. This Sledge is good to go. New cup, new project. If you haven't guessed, yes, the Losi Promoto. So I do believe we have a steering servo issue with this, because look, listen, there's no servo movement, like that way you can hear it, but when you get here, look, it's just moving, and there's no sound from the servo. Listen, there's no sound from the servo whatsoever. So I know Earl Moorhead had a problem with this thing not working, or his came loose. I remember he tightened it up, basically locked it. Now I know somebody's going to say something about so-and-so makes a servo thing, and I've looked at all those, and I'm not convinced that they are servo savers. I think they're just a servo, just a servo horn. So I'm thinking this thing's gonna be a royal pain to do. Could be wrong. Might be able to get away with just getting this fender loose. So I'm not going to bore you with everything. I'm just going to go ahead and try to get this out, and I need to take this back wheel off too. I really don't want to take this front wheel off, because then that means I gotta remove this brake. And there goes the corgi. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to have to go through all that, so see if I can't just cheat a little bit and get this fender off. I'll check back in with you. So you see, I took the forks off. I thought I needed that because I thought the screw here that goes into so the servo saver sits like this. I thought the screw came through this way, but it goes through the top. So it turns out that you can actually turn the handlebars enough, and it really helps to have one of these ball ends. And then you could just come in here, just loosen the driver body up, and you can actually come in this way and get to that screw. So it's cool. In here, it's actually 2 bearings and a washer that are in here that rotate this. So now the fun part. I got everything turned on, so I got the servo centered, but the weird thing is that it doesn't really center itself until you put the screw in, I don't think, right? Oh no, it does. Okay, so I got to try to make sure I get these handlebars as straight looking as possible, because before I had the trim like way set. Interesting. So you can see there's 3 things that stick up. So basically you want that one notch to point almost dead forward. Ah, crap. So I think I end up having to redo this. I'm going to end up having to pop this thing back off. Alright, hold on. So that's done. Now watch. You can hear the servo, right? So yeah, it's definitely the servo saver. If you look, now this is a weird design where they got these springs all kind of wound up here. I think there's just going to have to be like a redesign on that. But I'm not mad. I think, you know, all in all, they got 99% of this bike down. What's there, a nut over here? Yeah, there's a nut. Of course. So if you guys remember, we got all that mossy stuff that got wound up in here. So I gotta try to take this off and get all that crud out. Not good to ride around with all that, especially when it's pushing against your bearings and that. Yeah, little bird nest. There we go. So now what we'll do is we'll just check the bearings, make sure that they're not damaged. Alright, everything rolls smoothly. So now we'll go ahead and put this back. I do like the bike, man. They put a lot of thought and effort into this thing. It is really cool. I will never regret getting this. It is a fun RC. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? I think, you know, it seems to me like they put a lot of thought into like the maintenance of this as well, to make it as easy as possible to work on stuff. So, you know, you're gonna have problems, but I do feel like the servo saver is gonna be an issue. Earl Moorhead was having problems with his not steering right, and he clamped down the servo saver. So I feel like it's gonna be something. I mean, you know, it happens. They can't get 100%, so I'm not mad about it. But I do think this is what was causing the steering issue. Like I said, now you can hear it. Look at the plastic here in the fender. That's kind of cracked. I think that was it. I just needed to get that stuff out of the back wheel, and we needed to get that steering servo in. So to do the job, you don't have to take the forks off. It does help. It does aid in you getting the fender off, but you can get the fender off without it. So the fender does have to come off, because then you have to get to the screw here for the servo saver, turn this wheel all the way, and then you can get to the nut there. But see, you have to get the servo, this bottom piece, disconnected first. That'll allow this thing to turn more to give you access to that screw. which I didn't realize that when I started this. So, boom, there you have it. Next up is the Madvan. Alrighty. So, if you guys watched my camping video, there was a noise. It sounded like a stripped gear or something. And then there was the GoPro died, and I didn't get it on film, but the dog bone had came out here in the front. So I put it back in and drove it and everything. And guess what? When I went to bring it out here, I noticed the dog bone is completely gone again. And then this drive cup in here is just kind of shredded. So I have the parts on order. I'm not sure the deal with AWSOME. They supposedly shipped out on like Monday. It didn't even show it in the postal system until Wednesday. So now it's going to be a few days, but gonna go ahead and get this fan. Oh, look at that, it's Phillips. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and get this fan out and replaced. Let me see here. Jeez, no wonder the thing doesn't. All this dang dirt in here. Wow. Let me go to the garage, blow this thing out. We'll get a battery and see if maybe it's just not the debris in here. All right, we got the battery in. I got everything blown out. Wow, look at that. I think it moves a good amount of air. Wow. So yeah, I think that's all it was just debris. Now normally when I operate my cars, I always take the air compressor and blow them out, but seeing how we were camping, I didn't have that luxury. Wow. Alright, I think it's going to be safe to say that we can just go ahead and put that back. And now I just have to wait for the dog bone to come. Alrighty, let's get this thing back together and check in when I get my parts. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we got some packages in the mail, but this video is getting long, so we're going to save them for another video. And we're going to open this one, because this should be the part. Oh, I knew there was a... Here we go. What do we got here? So yeah, that's it. We got the... I should have got two of these things, really, because now I only got one extra dog bone, and this is the only way you can get that drive cup, is to buy this huge package of things. So here's the original drive cup. Let me see. Now I know somebody might mention, and if not, I'll throw it in there. They do sell a metal drive cup version of this. So it's basically like a dog bone and two metal cups. It's $40 for the pair. It's $80 for the entirety to do front and rear. $80 on a vehicle that only costs like maybe $200. I don't know. I'll go this route for now. I'll buy these parts because this was fairly inexpensive. Oh, I do also have one. Yeah, one of these wheel hubs here that has all this stuff shredded on it that I don't want to put back on. That mossy oak stuff that from the campground got into the back wheel, so I'm gonna put this in the back wheel, and then I need that drive cup right. Oh, I already got one out. So we have a drive cup and and that. And with that, we'll be able to get the Madvan back on the road. All right. Kyosho parts. There we go. Love having these bins. Kind of sucks losing the dog bone because I'm pretty sure it's metal. These drive cups are plastic. I'm pretty sure none of that got damaged. So there we go. We'll just, and there we have it. It's in there. Not much to it. Getting this fixed. I always like to finish up that last little bit by hand because we are just threading in the plastic. And also, when I use the drill driver, I go slow so we don't overheat the plastic and everything. So. Alrighty. So now it's kind of weird. These wheels use screws, man. They just use a 2.5 millimeter. So it's kind of a weird setup to put this back together. It's actually quite sloppy. I don't like this wheel setup. I will say that. See, it's weird. You got this piece here that has 3 pieces, and then you have this here that has 3 pieces, and you gotta get that locked on, right? Kind of reminds me of the Promoto servo saver. Why is this not wanting to go? Is this like the wrong piece? Is there like a front and rear? Oh, there it goes. See, it's hard to tell when you have everything. And then this hex has to lock into the wheel. Okay, and then you have to try to get this screw in here and not separate those pieces. So that's it. The Madvan's complete. Sorry, I got the body inside. You know, we know what it is, but so there we have it. I will say, after owning this a little bit, I'm not too thrilled with having plastic cups for the drive thing. Obviously, it doesn't seem like it's strong enough. I don't know, and you know, I don't really abuse my vehicles. And one other thing I found I don't really like is right here. The battery strap is on the outside of the vehicle. Now look at all the scratches here. You can even see like this scratch here goes through this. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Why would you have the battery strap? And you know, I completely missed that. But I mean, other than that, I love the vehicle. I mean, it's fast, it's peppy, it's fun. You know, for the price point, you know, I guess I can't complain too much. You know, it's not terribly expensive RC, but you know, there definitely could be some improvements. This right here, really, there's no excuse for. That was just getting really, really cheap. Instead of putting like a turnbuckle, you know, they could have looped it through here and then looped it here and came on the outside of frame like the Vendetta and the Infraction do, but they decided to run it on the outside. But there we have it. Hope you enjoyed this video. You will subscribe and join us for more RC car adventures. Alright everyone, until next time, thanks for watching.